Hey everybody, this is Bill from Petrowline, back in New Jersey after the quarantine in Canada. Finally going to be able to work on some of the cars you got seen behind me, and we'll keep on giving you Petrowline podcasts here, but now from the shop, and obviously quarantining, sort of locking myself down in the shop, between my shop and the apartment. So hopefully you guys enjoy. And just remember to like, share, subscribe, and let us know what you think. Comment in any of the videos down below, and stay tuned for more. Hey guys, welcome to Petrowline Podcast. This week we've got guest Bill Caswell on. Of course, that's not Bill. I'm just using the background because there's BMWs here, and Caswell's a BMW guy, even though he hates BMW. So, Caswell, tell me what Build Race Party podcast is all about. I mean, obviously we sort of started this stuff kind of at the same time, but you had your little room at PRI and everything else. Why don't you just kind of clue everybody in as to what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If one is just fun, right? First off, it's an excuse to get together with my friends and tell stories, remember stuff, and then share them with other people and help them learn through them. Right. So if you listen to each of the podcasts, there's I definitely try to ask questions and get people into the learning aspect of it. So even the guy who's doing a rally board game, the podcast is pretty much all right, man, so how'd you in your spare hours create an entire board game and start going to board game conventions and test it all out? He's about to launch on Kickstarter. You could almost listen to the podcast and be all right, I'm going to go make my own, board game too. But, or you listen to, VAC's story, right? It's about he had his first shop when he was in college. So if you listen to that, it was a body shop, right? But you listen to that and you're, if you ever doubt yourself and you're 25 and you're man, I'm too young to have a shop. Right, you start thinking about it. You're no, I'm not. I remember that podcast on Build Race Party. The guy was talking about how, he bought the shop and the owner never even came back to work to show him how to do it. He just had customers bring cars in. It was he was just the new owners. It was supposed to be a whole training thing, and the dude just took the cash and split.
Nice.
It's such a good story, but each one of them is I think more about learning and being inspired by something.
Right.
Right. So they're all tied together by cars, whether it's rally board game or BMW tuners, or someone's just goofing off at PRI, or drinking bourbon, talking about fab tech, and stuff like that. It's all you learn a bunch. For a lot of guys who don't realize all the tools that you guys saw. They got a quick glimpse when you guys came on after. It was called Fab Tech, right? The show?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got a little glimpse of what's out there. That's kind of pretty high tech, but you can almost do for personal use. Especially if you get a way to offset it doing something else or split it with someone. It's hard to keep one of those machines running as long as they're they should be to pay off. But anyway. So I'm rambling. Coffee. But yeah, Build Race Party is a chance for me to ask people questions about how they kind of got here, why they got here, and how others can get there too. So I don't know.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And my podcast is not so much the stories per se. I mean, of course, stories are going to come up, but my podcast is basically getting together with car people, car friends, car culture. We're not focused. It's of course anything car. It's sort of a more just like a ground to just talk about current topics and maybe some stuff in the past. But for the most part, it's all more current stuff. Talking about
climate, what's going on in the race world, blah, 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 So,
Totally.
I mean, obviously stories pop in here or there, but, it's more or less about, more about what's going on right now than the past. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, you're cutting in and out a little bit on the Skype. So I think you're saying it's more about like what's now going on right now.
Yeah,
dude, I haven't really followed that much. I just generally seen like the world's ending of motorsports. Like it's over. Like we're all gonna be playing video game versions. Like they don't even need the tracks anymore. They just should GPS them properly a few more times, and then they can just like make them go away. All the teams can just eat in like a Walmart parking lot with their rigs and just deploy their simulators. And then they can have like the pit stops there with all the engineers in them. No, I mean I'm serious, dude. The camera crews can go up and down. Right, like as the guys can be like, dude, they usually take 2 tires. Because they're gonna have to have like spotters. And sure, everyone could just be like at home as a video game. But then how do you like film it all? So they're still gonna have to have like makeshift pit lanes. They can just do the whole thing though, like a Walmart parking lot. And instead of like all the race cars and all the racetracks and all the money. Right, they'll have some semi trucks. They'll just unload some little simulator pods, like those like car fairs. You know, what I'm talking about those like 3D pods, kind of. They'll drop one of those out, and they'll have like pit boxes. They'll have computers in them, and the engineers and the setup guys and all the pit stop guys will be there. Because they'll find some way to make the dudes do pit stops like live, somehow. You know that's coming. And then they'll have like spotters. And the spotters will be like close by so that like the production crew can actually like film the real dudes doing it in the video game. It'll be like a bad loop. And
right.
Yeah, but then they can start tearing down all the racetracks.
Yeah, hopefully that's not the case.
Virtual world.
But yeah, I mean, you almost gotta wonder. Me and Spinelli were talking about that a little bit. And just simulators and what's going on right now. It's a little nuts for sure. But
I'm just put off. It's weird, but like think about the extreme. Yeah, but okay, so like let's say you want to get a basic rig. It's still like to play real nice. It's probably like what, $6,000? Computer, some sort of setup,
probably
pedals.
Yeah, probably like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, something like that.
And you need like a $3,000 computer, right? Probably.
Yeah, probably. I don't know nothing about it.
You need like $2,000 in like pedals and steering wheel nonsense.
Right.
And then you need some sort of like VR or triple screen or blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maybe call it 7, something like that.
I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Dude, I got a whole turtle thing going on. Honestly, I got a good perspective going on. It's like all just had. I could change my back. They just do like a face. Anyway, no, but the simulator stuff's cool, dude. I'm sorry to like just talk away over this, but like I want to say that NASCAR, right? NASCAR had something like 3 million or so tune in for like the real Texas race like a year ago. They had like 900,000 tune in to watch the virtual simulator version of the race. Like 900,000 people watched like the video game race.
Right, which is crazy.
Yeah, and dude, don't get me wrong. Like I got like Fanatec wheel pedals. Like I have my own simulator stuff. Like I've always had computers for games. Like I'm definitely like, I don't mean to belittle it by calling video game stuff. And I'm like, it's a simulator rig, and have people get all angry at me. But like,
but it is. I mean, it's a video game.
It's still a video game, right? But I mean, I love them. I think it's sweet. Plus, when you think about it, like, you know, you can kind of transition between them. We saw with like Gran Turismo doing those driver searches. Like, dudes went from playing video games on their sofa to like racing in Dubai. Like,
yeah, crazy.
Right?
That will always blow my mind.
Really will. Me too. Like I still didn't even think it was real. Like I still thought it was like one of those corporate scams. Like, aren't they doing some McDonald's like documentary with like some scam on the millions thing? I always felt like
Oh,
the Gran
yeah.
Turismo thing was like rigged. Like they somehow trained a bunch of racers and then like there's just no way, dude. They just went from like video games to like 24-hour racing or that successful. Like those guys got banned from certain races, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Like from being from being considered amateurs. There's some rule or
Right.
something now that's saying that like if you come out of like the GT Gran Turismo like driver's search or something, I don't think this is urban legend. Like I thought they made some deal where those guys weren't considered amateur drivers anymore. Like the nature of the selection and practice process
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
made not your standard amateur profile or something. And they got them like removed from that class because they were just like so good. Even though
Right.
they'd never
Yeah. Which is
technically driven
crazy.
a race car before.
Yeah. It's to me, it's insane. Like I ended up watching that Le Mans series or whatever I think it was called um, on YouTube, or not YouTube. It was a Prime or Netflix or some shit. It was like a 5 or 6 episode series. It was like on the 2015 Le Mans race, and it had
Yeah.
that kid who won the GT Academy and was in the Nissan GTR in one car, and they had like that was part of it, but they also had like the Porsche team and the Audi team and like their whole deal. So, but I just watched that, and that was the most information I ever found out about that whole GT setup thing. That kid winning, that was probably the most information I've ever gotten in one shot.
Yeah, totally. I didn't know very much about it either. I just knew you had to do some lap, and we all tried it. We're like seconds off of something. Like we had to be like all 15% faster over like 30 seconds. We're all like, what? There's just no way. Like the guys who won that thing, like I was like, how are they even? Are their controllers different than ours? Like what?
Right.
Times were so different than like anyone I knew or anyone around us. It was like, did they figure out a loophole where they could jump curbs and not trip shit? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, we were just like, how is this even possible? But they ended up being like really good at driving. So I don't know what happened. So cool series though. By cutting in and out, you're cutting in and out a bit. It's hard to follow sometimes. Am I doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, you're cool.
All right, well, that's why I
Let's
keep
talk about.
No, but yeah, dude, the video game racing. So NASCAR was I was saying they did like 900,000 views on theirs, right? Didn't like IndyCar do some virtual stuff? Like a bunch of series have been going and doing like virtual versions of races.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, I don't know.
Yeah. I think so too.
And
But it does make you wonder. Right. Yeah. It makes you wonder if they are going to tear down, racetracks, though. If this becomes more mainstream kind of a thing, it's like, what's really going to happen?
I mean, not for a long time. That's why, people complain they're all owned by, like, the same person and whatnot. But to some degree, it's not such a bad thing. As long as that whole program keeps making money, tracks are fine, But,
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm more just joking around that, like, once you can just build it in a digital world and get more people to watch it globally and put more money on top of it than you can at, like, a physical arena, that the sport's in trouble. But as of right now, it's pretty wild. You got guys like at the grassroots side of things getting like sponsors that go on their like digital car when they win like regional shootouts or national championships for this. Like dudes are getting paid to like drive from their desktop at night after work. Like it's kind of
another crazy thing to me.
When you think about like how little all the cool racing we've done like combined and how like little we've actually been like overall paid to drive race cars, given how much we've spent to drive cars over like a decade, just because it's awesome and fun and we want to do races that like aren't don't really pay, they're just awesome, right?
Yeah.
Right. Then you got these dudes who are like, yeah, it's cool and all. You got like the awesome car and the tow vehicle, the shop, and all those tools and all that stuff. I bought like a super fast computer, and I got a house like right next to like the AT&T Super Hub internet hookup. So I got like the fastest connection in town, and I bought like the rest of my money on like a $10,000 simulator. And you're like, what?
Right.
Like, and he's like, yeah, I did. And then I bought like a Porsche with my winnings. You're like, what the fuck just happened? Sorry.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of like,
and of course that. Yeah. No.
like that world.
There's a lot of. Yeah. No. I mean, to me, there's a lot of.
Pull to the track, stay in hotel rooms, fill the cars with gas, burning tires, brake pads.
Yeah.
Right. Like, oh, you know,
fuel.
Your fire suit's torn. You're gonna need a new one. You need new helmets next year, by the way. Right. Like, you know, and belts are expiring. All right, sweet. Like, you know, video games. Like, did you give me your $100 monthly fee? You're like, yeah, dude, give me my fat car. You guys fix it last night? Yeah, it's always perfect every time you get in. Like, there's something said for that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, none of our cars are ever perfect.
Car's perfect.
Yeah. That never happens. None of our cars are ever perfect.
And you have to write
but
a
anyways,
check for either. Like, it's like free. Like, you wake up, car's perfect, and it's not like you get a new engine, new driveline, and it's not like there's zero cost. Like, video simulator racing's got a lot of nice advantages.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, for real. I mean, it's definitely out there for sure, but you know, I'm not ready to make the plunge just yet. I'm going to keep pumping my money into you know, race car problems. So
yeah, I'd rather, like, I'm kind of with you on that. Like here and there when I had some leftover cash, I just had to, like, one night if we were drinking too many beers, just like order it, or I knew I'd never end up with the equipment. It was like, so I have like that Fanatec, whatever it is, direct drive, blah blah blah, fancy steering wheel thing, and a nice set of pedals.
Right.
A 6-speed shifter and like all that, and we built a rig for it in like California, and it was all like awesome. We had like big 65 7-inch TV. Like, it was pretty a little setup for the shop like rig, but I just haven't set it back up. Like, I just haven't been like that into it, because I'd rather be out doing stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or wrenching on the car.
Now,
or
where are those boxes with that? Where's the boxes with this? I'm like trying to piece it all together. Like, what's still current? All right. So what else you got? What other questions are we talking?
I saw something about you're doing something with AER.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow. I mean, that's tomorrow night actually. So AER.
Yeah, so by the time I throw this out there, it's already going to be aired. But
yeah, but I think the plan is to do these like pretty regularly, like in this off season now. And I don't entirely know, but I just sort of just like trust AER. Like, they could even be like, hey Bill, we need to go live 8:00 Friday night. Like, can you be ready? And I'll just be like, yeah, dude, you guys are good. Like, I trust they're so organized, well thought out, easy to work with, like, got their act together that I don't really even ask that many questions anymore. Like, you know, like normally you get a job and you're asking 1,000 questions. Right. I don't even bother. I just show up where they like need me and move forward, you know? So my understanding of this, and if I got this wrong, I'll find out tomorrow, Bill, because I'm going to be through it. But we're going to start like doing like almost like a little interactive video show with a different team each, I think, week maybe. And so it'll be me and a couple of guys from AER asking questions. And there'll be kind of like a serious side, engineering side. There'll be kind of like some fun guys that know them like socially that they like compete against. So there might be like the team they always beat or the team they always lose to will be there like heckling them. Or asking them, like, so what happened? Why can't you keep a front left tire together? Like, you guys are so, the car looks pretty, you guys are quick, pit's all nice and clean, but come 4 o'clock, you guys need a front left tire. And it's like, we win again. Like, it's going to be like, I don't know, it won't be like that, but it's, the thought is, I think, to probably bring some people on like that can have fun. And then use, is it called Zoom? Is that what it's called? The group teleconferencing thing. So we got like a large account for that. And the plan is that we can take like, people can basically like video call in. So we can take like calls from the, like we have like a big cool Zoom account. So I guess we can like take calls outside and then they can ask questions of the team, they're basically going to be like other racers, like asking them questions, their teammates messing with them. But, so that's kind of the fun side of it. On the serious side, though, it's a way to like kind of do what we're doing now, talk like intimately, like intimately from the driver's bedroom. No, but to like talk like sort of like outside of the racetrack. Like no matter how much time you allocate to like sitting down and telling someone a story at a track, you're always preoccupied with what's going on. Like, is the team ready? We have food, tires, fuel. It's only like in the
there's always stuff to think about.
Yeah, there's always something to think about. So it's only like now where you catch a team like in their den, in their garage, in their basement, wherever they want to do the video chat from, hanging out, laughing about why they have so much fun, like endurance racing with AER, what cars they chose to build, right? Because some of the teams have some like wild cars, like LS powered like BRZs, which is part of tomorrow nights, and like more than that, like stroked S54 M3s, but like the LS powered BRZ FRS thing's insane. Another team showed up with like a LS powered 944. But there's always like really cool builds built by like, they're super clean and really nice. Like if you looked at them, you're like, whoa, that thing's amazing. Like it'd be so illegal back in its day. Like if you rolled into like a 944 was out, you showed up with like, there's like a 500 horsepower LS motor. Like you run this, they'd be like, But like that thing can go up AER as long as you run the 180 treadwear control tire. You can pretty much build whatever you want. It's not a tube frame. It's got to be like a production car,
Right.
Yeah, you can't show like a NASCAR tube framing thing and call it a Monte Carlo. But okay, so we're doing these interview things where it's gonna be like a group chat with the team about their lives, who they are, kind of like we're doing right now. Like why they got into racing, what they love about it, how they found AER, what they love about AER. But to bring more people into the sport, because we all kind of like actually believe in it so much that even though it sounds like we're doing a infomercial, we're all like doing everything we can to get more friends to come race with us in it.
Yeah, I mean we're hoping to be there with the Corolla. So we're hoping to be there with the Corolla. We're trying to.
Yeah, we got to all start going back as a group. It's so much fun. You know, they do deals here and there for like group signups, or like if you sign up for like 2 races, you get the third for half, or they do all sorts of stuff where if you do like more group stuff or sign up by certain dates in the beginning of the year. This chair's moving around a bunch. So yeah, and I do like the announcing forum like at the tracks, because like I talk a lot like nonstop. So it's like during like the race, I'll get on like Facebook Live and like that sort of stuff, and do like interviews in the pits and like updates on the races and like what's going on and like all that kind of stuff. So I do the big races of the season, and then I'm doing that with them now like virtually until we get our races back. So yeah, I think I can't speak for them, and I don't have anything. I'm just an employee, I guess, of AER, but like endurance racing, for the most part, like, people are traveling from other states across highways to get to events. I guess that's kind of like not the greatest thing. Right. But a lot of people are pretty self-sufficient in endurance racing. Like you might get a motel at the track, but a lot of people just sleep in their semi-truck or their camper or truck or a tent at the track, or one hotel at the racetrack, and they don't like spend time there. They just go to sleep, go to the track, go shower, do it over again, and go home.
Right.
And while we're at the track, absent like the drivers' meeting, which they can do virtually when AER, right? Like, and they have other ways of doing it. So there's no whatever. It's the states have shut down the tracks because they won't allow any gathering of more than like 5 people or 10 people or whatever. So they actually, the racetracks were sent letters saying like, hey, no driver schools, no events. Like, you guys are done. Like, just stop pulling people into that region.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so that's when the races ended. So who knows when they'll start back up is the bummer, I think.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of sitting on that right now. You know, we're all hoping
what
that
do you think the next car race
May, June.
I mean, you know, it's April 2nd right now, right? I know it's on a day or whatever lags, but when do you think the next car race is? Like, I think Kentucky Derby got pushed to September. Nürburgring got pushed to September.
Yeah, Pikes Peak got pushed to the end of the end of August. You know, August 30th.
Really?
Pikes Peak got pushed to.
Yeah, that'll start to get cold again, won't it? What happens at the end of August?
Yeah, I mean August 30th. I mean it's going to be. I don't know. It'll probably be, but yeah, I mean it's like what they did that year that they had the big crazy forest fire stuff. Yeah, and they had to push it to basically that. But yeah, I mean like
you're right.
Get pushed off or canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, things get pushed off or canceled. I'm hoping like standard track days and just like whatever, like all that sort of shit comes back like no later than like June 1st. You know what I mean? Like I would hope sooner, but
dude,
it's
Pikes Peak take like an asterisk. Can they say it's like the oldest race in the United States that they can't get to run because of the virus? Like their thing. They say it's like the longest continuing running race in the United States because like Mount Washington, I think, had one earlier, but they stopped for a few years.
Yeah.
Right. So,
exactly.
So Pikes Peak was like, we're the oldest. It's like, well, no, dude, we did one first in Washington. I think did Mount Washington one before Pikes?
Yeah. 1904.
So Pikes the oldest continuous running race in the United States, and they don't get to run because of the virus, then like what?
I don't know. Might change the stats.
What?
Yeah.
It might just need an asterisk. The virus is medical or something. It's not fair.
Yeah.
All right. What else? No, but seriously, is anything really scheduled? So Pikes Peak might be the earliest thing. Like, what else is kind of scheduled for?
Washington's scheduled for July 12th or whatever. So
I don't know if they're going to allow that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing.
Right,
I don't know if it's going to actually happen.
They might say no spectators, and New Hampshire, they got a way of doing things. They got a way of getting things done up there.
Yeah, it might still happen, but it might be weird. Like no spectators, no teams more than like 2 people, 3 people. Who knows? Yeah, might get weird for like everybody racing this year.
Yeah, like
might be no spectators for any racing.
Everyone's gonna be separated by like a camp. Cut the entries down or move pits around to spectator areas. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it might be something weird. Yeah,
social paddock distancing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, let's plug your stuff real quick. Where could we find the AR stuff, and where could we find Bill Gray's Party podcast?
Where can you find the what stuff? Sorry,
your podcast.
Yep, and what was the other one I cut out?
The AER stuff.
Oh, the AER stuff. AER, I think you search American Endurance Racing, it'll be on their like Facebook page or YouTube channel, I assume. I think the link to the actual deal is probably through the AER Facebook page and group right now. If you like, this somehow came up before it, or if you want to participate in the next ones, I think the link to get into the Zoom would probably be on their social media pages. That's American Endurance Racing, AER. Those should be pretty cool, dude. If you're just like hanging out, they're going to be live and real racers, real cars, and a lot better than like a lot of stuff you could be watching, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. No,
There'll
be something to learn in like each of them. I try to make sure like the interviews we learn about like, because like we'll talk about like how they got into it and all the happy, fluffy stuff, but I'm still going to ask them like, all right, so what changes did you make to the car? Like, did you dry sump the LS motor for the FRS BRZ car? Like, did you lower it when you did that, or you just do it for like reliability? Like, we'll learn about like what sort of problems they have putting a LS V8 into like a Subaru chassis and trying to run it for like 20 hours at a time on a weekend, right? So,
right.
Yeah, so there'll be like little nuggets of like stuff in there where you're like, oh, okay, that's good. I understand now. Like, you know, everyone wants everyone to come out and do well. No one's trying to like hide secrets like they are in like other races. It's kind of interesting like that. It's like, dude, we'll just bring the same car. I'll drive you. Like, it's kind of a cool series like that. Like, yeah, you can bring the car. Don't know. These are our own secret weapons. But yeah, take a look. You can't build this. Is usually what they're like. We built this ourselves, and it's better than you could. And if you could be as good and as reliable, we'll then outdrive you. So yeah, take a look what we have. Like the pits at AER are pretty open. Like it's pretty wild. Like, you know, some series, like teams don't let you into the garage. And like the guys will stand there and they don't want you like looking at like what they did to the car. AER's like, yeah, check out what we did, dude. We got dual pumps and they come from a scavenger thing here. And this comes from this. We routed this like this. We can fill the whole tank here. We're using 2 mats. Like, they'll tell you everything. You're like, sweet, dude. And they're like, yeah, it works really well. And you're like, sweet. Like, it's not. It's like, it's such like a refreshing place to be like racing cars. Yeah. So, you should learn something from all the AER things, I guess, is the point. And then Build Race Party podcast, you find that like on every podcast platform. You search Build Race Party, you'll get that. And then we need to talk about this probably the next time because, you know, we all got to get going or whatever. But
we got to wrap up here. Yeah.
Okay, we got to go. This is Race Car Santa Claus. So we didn't even mention that. Yeah, we didn't even get into that. It's been going on for so long. But the short of it is Race Car Santa Claus is on the Build Race Party website. And my plan is I've already bought this RV. I got all the tools. And I'm driving around the country building free roll cages for like, I don't know, anywhere from like 5 to 12 people a year if I do this right. So I'll do like a cage or 2, put it into storage for a month or 2, go back to life, come back to another like 2-3 cages, and sort of like make my way around. And it's an RV front with a toy hauler back. Like you've seen pictures, Petrow, right? Like yeah. And then I got a generator and a welder and awesome bender and like all the tools. So I just back the thing into your driveway and we just cage whatever's in the thing, and you go right from like driver's school to like racing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. But yeah, we'll touch on more of that next time.
I know we got so much stuff to talk about. So there's that. But anyway, Bill, it's good. It's good hearing from you. Is it freezing cold up where you are?
Is it what?
Is it cold up where you are?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's still 6 feet of snow on the front lawn.
Yeah, so it's like relative, Caswell. Like, we really have 6 feet right now, and I'm gonna have 18 feet.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can't even see our front door, and our front door is about 10 feet up. So
you're like I don't have to cover my eyes when I go outside. Like, it's not negative 60 anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not. Luckily, it's not like super cold. It's actually raining today, but it's like 35 and raining. You know what I mean?
I totally picture you guys having those like ropes you have to clip onto from those like Arctic movies that I see, where the dudes like leave like the Everest tent and they got like a little like tether, like they're in space. They're like zzz, like takes you down the path to the car.
Yeah, that's how we get down to the cars and the driveway.
Right, you have to untether from. You got 2 of them, right? So then your new one goes to the car, chink, and you pull off the other one, chink, chink, and you get into your car.
we go out the window from the second floor.
I mean, there's 6 feet of snow, like a flash snowstorm could come through. You could come home, there could be like 14 feet of snow. You got to find that tether, dude.
Oh man. Anyways,
I'm just joking
So-
around. No, it can't be that cold up there. So yeah, all right. So what else you got? Anything else on the closing questions or statements for
Nah,
all
man.
my business here?
No, I think that's pretty much it. You know, we'll definitely, once this quarantine's all done, we'll all have to get together and throw a big party. You know, maybe keep the social distancing. You know, but we could at least like throw beers at each other or something.
It depends who shows up. Some people are just going to require social distancing.
Yeah,
Like,
period.
there's always going to need 6 feet. I could be one of those people potentially.
Oh man.
Just joking
Anyways,
No, we got to get together. Hopefully this thing is cleared up. And maybe like around like New England Forest Rally or like whatever time we're all out, like East Coast. I'll probably be out there for the summer.
yeah.
Other than that, it's what next up will be like UP stuff and then SEMA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we should think about doing Baja 1000 right after SEMA.
Yeah, I've been thinking about all kinds of stuff right after SEMA. There's like the global time attack thing at Button Willow, like 2 weeks after. There's Baja. There's stuff. I don't know, but we got to think about it. We got to talk about it.
Baja's awesome because like you just plan on going down there early, and we can rent like motorcycles or dune buggies or ATVs or side by sides. And go like camping or get like a spot on the ocean for like dirt cheap, dude. And,
Yeah,
like, hang out for like a week until the race shows up.
dude. Honestly,
Check
it
out the
sounds
course,
awesome.
about little spots to watch from. It's pretty cool, dude. You can get some mountaintops so the cars will like come in and out, and back up and around, and then you'll see them come back to the valley floor. You just set up like a barbecue, and there's like trophy trucks come by. You just don't cook when they're coming through because the dust, but you know.
Yeah. No, that's cool though, man. That's
It's
super
fun,
cool.
dude.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to get down for that stuff. I definitely want to
That'd
do
be a
that
pretty
sometime.
good adventure for the fall, as opposed to like getting a huge house in Vegas for SEMA, which looks like hysterically fun.
It's fun, but
I know.
it's still Vegas.
We don't need to go on a new adventure, I guess. Is what I'm getting at. Baja seems like a pretty good one.
Yeah, always. So,
All right, man.
but anyways,
Well, when's back, dude? When are you back? When's your next event, dude? All your stuff's canceled too. Sorry, dude.
yeah, everything's on hold. Everything's hanging up right now. I've already missed 3 races that I was supposed to be at.
Yeah. Is anything on the calendar earlier than
Nothing.
August?
I mean,
No.
the only thing I can think of right now is Lemons at NJMP the first week of June, but that's probably going to get canceled too.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
everything right now is getting canceled. So, who knows? But
At least you can finish
anyways.
all, like, anyone's got a car they want finished. You should be, like, knocking out some, you know how many people, like, should be taking this time to finish their car?
yeah, I mean, people, trying to get cars finished. I'd love to be back at the shop actually getting stuff finished. But, the reality is just, the wife lives here and, our immigration stuff didn't get done in time before all this bullshit hit. So now, it was either, I stay in New Jersey and she comes up here and then we're separated.
No, you're way off. Better
Potentially
off
separated for months.
together, dude. That's a no-brainer, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not 2 miles from Times Square, like we normally are up here. So, we're in Quebec on the edge of woods and farmland,
Yeah, I'd rather be camped out where you guys are with a big pile of food and firewood.
That's pretty much what it's like.
I'll see you guys on the other side. Good luck with the zombies.
Yep. Pretty much. Yep. So, but
okay.
anyways, well, good seeing you, man.
Yeah, good
talking
seeing
to you.
Too,
and thanks for coming on. But we'll talk to you soon, man.
This is like surprise for me.
Yeah, sorry, but we'll catch up with you soon. Stay safe and tell mom we say hey.
Too. Good seeing you. All right, guys.
All right. See you, bud.
See you, Billy. Thank you, man.
Way to unify it. That's the thing. Yeah, that's that out. You